Hey guys, welcome to another video of mine. It's Kamal and this is another video of mine. And this video, it's a bit different. Now this video, I'll explain my reasoning behind making this video, but why Chelsea should be signing Houssem Aouar next summer, and I'll be giving my reasons why. I'll be backing up with evidence, with statistics, and why he would elevate our team massively. Now I know that this video will create a lot of controversy. I already know, and that's what Chelsea debates, Chelsea talking points are for. It divides opinion. We get to interact. But before I do get into that, I want to stress that Mason Mount is a good player, and this is not directly because I don't like Mason Mount. I don't have an agenda against Mason Mount. I don't have an agenda against any Chelsea player because I don't know them personally, so there's no reason for me to have an agenda. I've always said Mason Mount is a good player. He presses well, he has an eye for a goal, but I don't believe that he has the world-class potential to take us to that next level. I do believe Houssem Aouar does. Now what I also want to stress is that by all means, I don't want us to sell Mason Mount. I think the Mason Mount is good for squad depth, etc. I don't want us to sell Mason Mount. He is a good player. This is more of a Barkley replacement, that Houssem Aouar can compete with Mason Mount. I do believe that Houssem Aouar is a better player than Mason Mount, and he can become world class and compete with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. But have Mason Mount for the squad depth to play in various positions. And I'll be getting into this video on the statistics evidence as to why Chelsea should be signing Houssem Aouar next summer. I just want to clarify that this is not an attack on Mason Mount. I don't have an agenda. I don't want us to sell him. He's a good player, but I think Houssem Aouar is slightly better, and I'll be getting into my reasons why. But before I get into it, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you're not here. Make sure you hit the bell notifications so you're notified for every time I do uploads. And yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, obviously, in this video, I'll be analysing one of the hottest talents in Europe right now. Houssem Aouar has recently been linked with Chelsea, and he's seen to replace or compete with a spot in the team with Mason Mount and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. So I'll be basically comparing the two and the three a lot, and I'll be using the statistics from last season because obviously we've only had about 6 weeks of games for this season. Now obviously what I'll talk about is obviously Aouar's 18-19 season, how he compares to Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and also how he fits at Chelsea. So yeah, let's basically get started. Now Houssem Aouar's 18-19 season, how he compares to Ruben. Aouar is age 21 and he stands 5'9", 175 centimeters. He weighs 70 kilograms, showing he's not the weakest or strongest weight-wise. He plays in the centre midfield and can pretty much play anywhere, which you don't see often. Aouar had a pass success rate of 86.7%. Ruben had a better success rate of 87.9%, but there's barely any difference to suggest one of them is better at passing. They're pretty much identical, quite equal. The difference comes in long balls. Aouar was making 2.3 game, whilst Ruben was making 0.5. So when it comes to long balls, Aouar superior. Huge difference. There isn't too much of a difference in dribbles as well, with Aouar making 1.6 and RRC making 1.7 per game. Aouar has made a crazy 2.6 dribbles per game at the start of the season, showing he's improving, and RRC had a 63% success rate, while RR had a 79% rate. Houssem Aouar seems to drag in player to force the foul as well, as he's getting fouled 1.5 times a game last season compared to Ruben Loftus-Cheek's 1. This stat shows that he could be a better dribbler, as players are forced to foul him. And creativity wise, moving on to creativity section, creativity wise, Aouar is a clear winner. He was making 1.3 key passes per game last season, whilst Ruben Loftus-Cheek was only getting 0.7, almost double the amount. Loftus-Cheek averaged an assist every 493 minutes, whilst Aouar was averaging one every 438 minutes. So again, not much of a huge difference. As you can see in the statistics, they're very, very similar because they're both top players. And I've always rated Loftus-Cheek. I do believe Loftus-Cheek will be a world-class player. And for me, he's better than Aouar, but I think that Aouar is better than Mount in that sense. And imagine having Loftus-Cheek and Aouar for that spot. Phenomenal. Shot-wise, Aouar had 1.9 shots with 1.1 of them inside the box, whilst Loftus-Cheek had 1.2 shots with 0.7 inside the box. Here, there is a clear difference between finishing though, as Ruben managed to get a goal every 164 minutes, while Aouar was getting one every 430 minutes. So when it comes to end product, when it comes to assists and goals, Loftus-Cheek is superior compared to Aouar. Now getting on to defensive statistics. Now we know Aouar is very good defensively, he's very versatile. He was playing in a pivot a lot of Ndombele. He's playing a lot more deep, hence why he wasn't getting as many goals and assists. There's a clear difference between the players. Aouar was making 2.8 tackles and interceptions, while Loftus-Cheek only managed 1.3 tackles and interceptions. So you can see that Aouar is defensively superior. And now we get on to a summary bit, how he fits at Chelsea. How can Houssem Aouar fit in Chelsea and completely elevate our team? Now Aouar and Loftus-Cheek are not too similar. Despite some of their stats being similar, Aouar is, defensively superior. While Loftus-Cheek, he scores more goals and assists. So in a way, they're not similar in players. one player drives his players up the pitch and a player with great output from midfielder, and the other player is a bit more reserved and does more defensive work with great dribbling and creative numbers. Now, with Ruben Loftus-Cheek's poor injury record, we need a backup or competition for him. If we sign Aouar, it will be for a good price and will be a starting player. He would fit in that number 8 position that RRC played last season, or anywhere in the 4-3-3, because he's so versatile and he's creative. If not, he'd be brilliant in a double pivot. He proved this time with Ndombele. Pep also wanted to sign him as a Fernandinho replacement and called him a brilliant player. This says he's a very, very versatile player. He'd be brilliant in any role in our midfield, bar the number 10 role in the 4-2-3-1 if we play it. So he's very versatile, number 8, double pivot, etc. And fantastic for squad because he's a top class player. Getting into the end bit summary, for me, this is a needed signing. He's a generational talent and would improve our great midfield, and for me, would give us the second best midfield in the league. Aouar would be an upgrade on RRC, and he's 2 years younger. He has great statistics, and even though he plays in a lot less competitive league, Loftus-Cheek has a poor injury record, and we cannot rely on him for us to be fit to have a good season. And yes, you can argue Mason Mount, but they're not similar players. Mason Mount and Aouar are not similar players. Mason Mount is a more traditional number 10, number 8. He presses hard up the pitch, he presses well, he has an eye for a goal, good link-up play. But Aouar, phenomenal at dribbling, transitions to play, very versatile, can play anywhere, creates, links up the play, defensively, interceptions, winning the ball back, scoring goals. You know, he's a world-class creative midfielder. Creativity destroys Mason Mount in that aspect. So, you know, yeah, regarding, you know, that's the comparison between that. And obviously, we know that getting into a bit of, you know, Houssem Aouar's backgrounds, he came through the Lyon Academy at the age of 11 in 2009. He flourished in the academy where he was rewarded with the opportunity to play for Lyon's B team. And after some great performances for the youth team, he was rewarded with his first contract at Lyon. And his introduction came at a very key time when Tolisso left the club. We all know that Aouar is a very technical player. His passing range is unbelievable and often relies on the movement on and off the ball to breeze past players. His slim body type allows him to move easy into the pockets of space and drift out wide. Now, the only weakness that I want to mention about Houssem Aouar is that he's very poor in the air. His crossing is very average, and on rare occasions his decision making is poor. All these would not matter in the end when he's in a pair with a solid midfielder like Ndombele at the time. That's why he works so well. And he's a bit of a mixture of a Gorgoif or a Grenier. He's often referred as the next Iniesta because of the way he moves, his creativity, the way he, you know, moves into pockets of space, his passing range. And from obviously scouting Aouar, he's currently not the best fit for the Premier League, but that said, he'd be excellent in La Liga, in Serie A, etc. But we all said this before, some players are fantastic in the Premier League and others are not. You know, Mason Mount is a similar build to Houssem Aouar, so it's not to say that Houssem Aouar cannot do in the Premier League. For Aouar to succeed in a position-based team, he would need to have a 3-man midfield, very similar to how Carlo Ancelotti deployed Di Maria, very similar to how Sarri deployed Jorginho and N'Golo Kante. This is the perfect position under Sarri and under Lampard, who've played a 4-3-3. Imagine a midfield with Jorginho and Kante with either Loftus-Cheek or Houssem Aouar. It'd be phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I think that's literally the main reason why Houssem Aouar is desperately needed at Chelsea Football Club. And with Aouar being a young talent who's proven himself in the Champions League, he won't come cheap, and that's the thing. Not only has he got experience on international level, he's also got experience in the French league, which is one of the top 5 competitive leagues, and he's got that experience in the Champions League where he dominated Man City's midfield last year. He dominated Man City's midfield when they did the Centurions in the Premier League. So I don't want to hear any of this bullshit that he's not a top player. He's a top player. The next Iniesta with the passing range, his creativity, his link-up play. For me, this is why Houssem Aouar needs to be signed at Chelsea next summer. He'll be a huge export, and next summer there'll be so many clubs circling for his signature. For me, we should be signing him next summer. Like I said, I want to stress this again. This is not a dig or an attack on Mason Mount. Mason Mount's a good player. I don't think he'll be world class, but he's a good player. They're not exactly the same type of players, but for me, it's more of a Barkley replacement to compete with Mason Mount, to compete with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I want Chelsea to compete with City. I want Chelsea to return to those elite days to be able to compete again. For this, Houssem Aouar will be the right step in the correct direction. I'll be heading into that correct direction. Imagine having Aouar, Mason Mount, Loftus-Cheek, N'Golo Kante, Jorginho and Kovacic on midfield, with that by far the best midfield in the Premier League, and that is the correct way forward. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up there. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel if you're not on here. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload. And comment down below your thoughts and opinions. Do you agree with me? Do you think that Houssem Aouar is needed at Chelsea? Do you think that Mason Mount is the next superstar and that we don't need Houssem Aouar? I'm all for interacting, you know. It's not a dig, it's not an insult. I just want to give my opinion out there. If you disagree with me, that's perfectly normal, that's perfectly fine. Comment down below your thoughts, opinions, and I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.